Alrighty, hello and welcome back. Haven't posted one of these in a while. Drone unboxing and sort of an opinion. This is on the Mavic Mini, most expensive drone I've ever bought. I actually did the unboxing about the end of January, early part of February, and then I got sidetracked on making the rest of the video. But you get the unboxing. The actual, we go out and fly, which is I flew it many times since, and after it all, going through the unboxing and the general overview of it, they're charging the batteries, and the initial flight out for the video, wait for the conclusion. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like, so stay tuned. Okay, here it is, the Mavic Mini, complete in the box, sealed up, just picked it up today. And we're going to take and get the plastic off and get to what is inside of here. Yeah, I did order the Mavic, the complete kit, and I figured the extra batteries and that were worth the extra money in the carrying case. Keep it nice because I'm planning on using it a lot. Like to ride a bicycle and take it along in a backpack, so it'll have a nice carrying case. So here we are, and wrapping the plastic, round and round we go. Yeah, I know I'm by far the first review and unboxing on the Mavic Mini, but I'm excited about it. It's the most money I've spent on a drone so far, and I'm looking forward to it. And now we're finally down to the dirty. We're opening the box, and we're going to get everything out. The box is sort of part of the thrill of something new, and there is the carrying case, and it's nice, says DJI Mavic on it. And here we have another box, I assume, which I'm not into, to each his own. I'd assume it's probably the propeller guards due to the size of it. But wait, there's still more in here to come out. And there's another box, not sure what's in that yet. We'll get to that in a little bit here. And let's see what else is here. And still another little box. And this, I think, and one more. Spoke too soon on that. I thought that was the last one, but now it is empty. Nothing more in the box. Now we'll go open up the individual items and see what's here. Start with the case. We're going to unzip it. And it just unzips around. Probably work easier if I sit it down, but I'm trying to hold it up to the camera while I unzip it to show it actually opening up. And okay, there we go. There's of course the little Mavic Mini itself, you can see. And then let's go back to these boxes. What's in each little boxes? This is a little thin box, and in here lies the instruction little sheet that comes with it. Okay, but actually the main instructions you do download off the internet, and they're a lot more effective than these. I actually did look through them, made the video, and like I say, they're not really there. And once you get going, well, we'll go through the whole setup and operation. It's pretty easy to use, and here is the adapter to go into your 120 outlet, then to plug your USB cable into to charge the batteries. Okay, then next item here we're going to get to, see what we picked next out of the pile, and box number 3 is the batteries itself. And that again I thought was the one reason I bought the complete Mavic kit. There was the 3 batteries, because they're roughly, I think, around $50-$60 a piece, and you spend $400 for $399 for just the drone, and for another $100 you get the extra batteries. I felt in itself was worth it, and then the carrying case, and that was a nice touch. And now the big box, which I'm 90% certain, but we'll see, is the propeller guards, which I don't use them on any drones anymore. I put them on the first real cheap ones I had. I've made this comment in other drone videos. All I've ever felt with the propeller guards, you end up with them stuck in a tree when you do have a crash. I sooner break a propeller and at least the drone come back to the ground. Even if it is broke, then well, be stuck in a tree. And there is the Mavic itself, the moment we've all been waiting for. And they certainly don't call it the Mavic Mini for anything. It is small compared to other drones I've had, but and here in the case, and there's the controller wrapped up in plastic, and we're having a little bit of difficulty, but But anyhow, we finally do get it out of the piece of plastic. It didn't win. We fought and we won against the plastic. And here, last but not least, in the case of larger items, is the battery charger. And that in itself is another thing I liked with the complete kit, is the charger that, say you can charge the 3 batteries, even though they do charge singly when you're charging them, which you'll see later in the video. It's just, I find convenient. And underneath the battery charger was one more box that has the extra propellers in and cables to hook up your phone to the controller, which that, unlike any drone I've had before, which is different. Everything before just hooked through wirelessly to it there. That's going to be an unusual aspect of it, which we'll get to. And here's your cables to connect it to the controller. There's the controller to the lightning plug if you have the Apple device like myself. And then it comes for, I think this is a USB-C, it's called, but don't hold me to that. And then there's one like if you have the Android phone, and maybe that was the other one. Like I said, I'm not sure other than the lightning cable. That's what I will be using, is the Apple. And here in this little bag here, we have a little screwdriver to change the propellers and such. Yeah, I will admit, I think every drone I bought comes with the little screwdriver. Completed the cheapest the first time X5C I bought. That seems to be standard equipment. And here, I assume the knobs to turn on the controller. This, I do like this idea, because I did once break off a knob hauling it in the backpack because it didn't turn out. And with this, you don't put them in to use it, so it should prevent that problem. All right, and here's USB to the charger cable, I would assume. Once I get it opened up, it certainly looks like. And yes, that's what it would be. And that's the purpose of that. Alrighty, and here we have another USB charging cable. It first sort of puzzled me, and then I thought I remember reading on the Mavic Mini and that before purchasing it. The remotes are rechargeable, don't take batteries, so one's for the remote and one is for the battery charger, which that's nice. Don't have to ever buy batteries for the remote. And these just slide down in here with the terminals and just push, and right into place it goes. Alright, might as well put the other 2 in, and before I have any real fun, want to make sure the batteries are fully charged. That's always something you buy this stuff, you want to go out and get to it, but always best. And here's the adapter to plug your USB cable into your 120 at home. Now that you only do get one. As far as the remote, you have to supply one, or again, a lot of even outlets now come with USB ports. Shouldn't be a problem. Anybody that has a cell phone, but they gave you 2 cables, but only the one adapter for the outlet, and it just pushes right into the side of the battery charger. Pretty much cut and dry, and we're going to plug it into the outlet and get them all charged up. Here you can see what I'm saying. It's only charging one at a time. It's starting there, and lights in. It did need charge, so it'll be a while. And there, it went probably about 30 minutes between. There's charging the second one. And last but not least, there's the third one charging up. I'd say altogether it probably took about an hour and a half to charge them. They probably weren't completely dead. Now we can unplug that, and our batteries for the drone are good to go. Alrighty, and also don't forget to charge the controller itself. Just pushes in the side just like the battery charger. This is, like I say, going to be nice not to have to buy batteries, and it has a light level meter to show you the charge of it there, so you can charge accordingly, and then plug that in and we'll get that charged up. I actually would have charged this both simultaneously, but the day I made this, it was only like 20 degrees and miserable and snowing outside. And there, when it's charged, all the lights light up. We can unplug that, and that's good to go. Okay, now finally, we're going to get to the drone itself. I've been doing all the other battery stuff, and we're going to unwrap the packaging from around the propellers, carefully pull the tape around. It does feel fragile, although I'm sure it'll take a good bit. And there, that's untaped. And pull those around. And I get the rest of it here. There's another piece of tape holding the gimbal cover on the drone.
Okay, now that's off. I'm going to sort of, before I pull the rest of the tape off, I'm anxious. Pull the gimbal cover off, and that just sort of pops right off, and there is the gimbal. Sorry about the lighting. And here, I'm going to take and pull another piece of packaging off over the battery cover. They certainly do have everything completely fastened in place, and there we're having a little bit of trouble getting the packing tape off, but finally there it comes. It's out of the way. As I'm nervous on everything there, don't want to break anything before I even fly it. That just wouldn't make for a good day. Now we're going to take and unfold the front arms for the propellers, and they go first. They're actually even numbered. You just fold them towards the front of the drone one at a time, and see, you can see the number 1 on them, and fold that one out. And now we're going to take and fold the bottoms down, and they are ready to go. And here we do got one more piece of the wrap around the propeller on the one side. Must have fell off, it wasn't on it, but there is one more to slide right off, and that's off. So after all of this, there is all unwrapped, and now we're going to put the battery in and get here one step closer to actually getting it in flight. But there's still a few more steps to go, and there's that latch is in place I'm pushing down on, and you take, and it's a little hard here to show you with the lighting, but there you can see the terminals towards the top of the drone and the terminals in the battery, and you just take and face those that way and push it right down in place, and that's the direction the battery goes in. And once it snaps in, close the cover, and that's all there is to that. Now we're going to download the app on our phone and scan the QR code. Okay, and just hit get, and it's free, don't cost anything, but of course, well, yeah, the price of the drone. And we're going to let that install, and then we're going to move on here to next. We're going to have to do the firmware update, but in the meantime, we're going to take and peel the packaging off the remote and unfold these, and it comes with extra knobs for the controller. Those ones that we unwrapped earlier were an extra pair, I suppose, in case you lose them. And so far, again, I did this months ago, the unboxing. I've had this for 6 months. I haven't actually lost them yet, but it's nice to have an extra pair. And where the little extra knob said, from factory, that's where you're to put your phone in, slide it in to hook it up. But I didn't like that because my phone's in the case, it wouldn't fit. And when we go out and fly this, you'll see what I bought in place of it there. It's a lot, I feel, handier to deal with. Okay, now we're going to install the app, and there, I mean the firmware. This going a quick overview. You can watch that if you want to, but we're going to get through it here, and we're going to get serious on getting the firmware installed. And since I made this video, there has been an update which I have installed. There you can see my case on my phone, but I took it out of the case. Picture speaks better than my description. But here, the day I unboxed it, I took the phone out of the case, and this is how they expect you to hook this up. You slide it up, and this part where it folds down from the remote. And then here we had great difficulty getting the lightning cable through, which probably would be easier if you stuck it in the phone and then run it out through the hole first. But we finally get it hooked up, and again, we're going to get the firmware installed. But yeah, we go out and fly it. I bought a way to eliminate that and don't have to worry about the phone in the case anymore. And turn the drone on, hit it once, and then long press it to turn it on, and then the firmware's starting to go in. And if you have slow internet, such as myself, DSL, this took about 40 minutes to install.
Alrighty, here we are. I made that first part of unboxing as I made the comment months ago in the wintertime. Well, it's now late August. You can see beautiful green trees and that behind me. But not only about a month after having this is sort of good. Besides unboxing, I can sort of give you an opinion after 10 months. That deal of hooking the phone up, having to take your phone out of the case all the time, I didn't like. And who don't carry their phone in the case? So we purchased right here. I'll put a link in the description, and you can take this, and it just sits around your controller. And you just wrap it down over carefully. and it just latches right into place down here. And there's only one other small catch. When you buy this, you're going to need a longer cable, which also I'll put a link in the description. And this we're going to first just put through the hole up here before we even put our phone on, and then hook it into the side of the remote. Okay, and there it's hooked in the side of the remote. And then we're going to take our phone, and you can just take here. I'm going to plug it in first. And open up. Like I say, this case is waterproof. I bought for this one. And you can take and just plug it right in your lightning connector. Or again, if you had an Android, you just have to get a different connector. And then we're going to put this in here. And then this just spreads out. This will even accommodate an iPad, and there solves that problem. Now let's go, we'll get the app and that hooked up. Okay, we got the drone all unfolded here, which I showed that in the unboxing. One thing I didn't show you, and be sure you remember before you go fly, if you want to take pictures, is to put your micro SD card in. There's mine, and it goes right in this slot right here. And the terminal end sticks down, and you just take and slide it right in place until it clicks. You can feel a click. Okay, a short press and then a long press turns it on, and then you can see he's coming to life. We're just going to put it down here on the pad, and then after that we're going to turn our remote on, which I showed this, but it was just getting the firmware. Short press and then long press. Then we'll go to the DJI Fly app, and then after you go into that, okay, we're already actually connected. I'll never try to get this that you can see it.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Okay, and then it's sort of rough to see here in the sun. Real quick overview of the control. We're not going to get into really anything too fancy. This is, like I say, turns the camera, record or not. Right there I'm actually recording. And we'll just still pause it. We're in position mode, which there is two. There's a sport mode and there is a cinematic mode, which is in the more detailed menu, which is worthy. This is just, like I say, real basic unboxing and getting the drone going. And here you have auto on the film, or into the manual mode, which I did buy. That's again another video, ND filters. It does take your film making into a whole nother level on this, but that again is another video. And up here it's your satellite strength, which I have right now. I think it says 14. I don't know if you can see it there or not. I'll bring it in close. And that's pretty much all you, like I say, the basics of it and getting it flying. Okay, and then to take off, you just pull the sticks back to each corner.
Take off.
Okay, and then we're going to go take and fly up here, bring it back around to us here a second.
Please check it on the map.
Okay, and let's go take it, and we'll go take it out and fly it. Okay, and then you got your controllers. This just is the, you push it to the right, that just yaws clockwise. You can see the drone, and then the left, it just does counterclockwise, and of course down lowers the drone, and then of course you push up, it climbs backwards, and then you can just do your to the right and to the left. This one's for camera, and this one's for video. Okay, and then switch that, and then the button turns red, and then press that, and now it's recording. has a strong wind warning, which you just flashed to me. And to return home, you can just push this, and it'll ask if you want it to land, which no, I don't. It's out 300 feet away, or return to home and hold it, and it's coming back. And you can watch it there. It's spinning around, and we're on our way back. And the cancel, I can see it again. You can just take and tap cancel, return to home. And now I can fly it again. Okay, now we're going to just take and land it. I'm going to take it back over to the pad. And this has sensors in the bottom. You can't actually flip it over like a lot of drones. See how close I can get to the center of this. Right there. Let's try this again. The wind pushed it back a little bit, and look at that, dead center. Alrighty, as I said, I've owned this a couple months, and here you go into your app. This is sort of, I find, novel. You hit profile, and I have flown 4.87 hours, 10 3/10 miles, and 50 flights, so I have been using it. Okay, and then a little bit more explanation of the app. I'm not going to go fly. I'm standing in my garage so you can actually see the screen. But this is your camera, auto or manual. See there, it's an auto. And you press it, manual. Now like today, it's cloudy. Don't need no real ND filter or anything. I did buy ND filters, as I said earlier in the video, but that's another whole video on how to use them. We'll just put it back. Again, this is just the basic. If you just bought one and want to get going, we'll put it back into the auto mode. And up here, where it says 58, that's your battery life. And then here is your satellite strength with the little bars. And of course, since I have it in the garage, the little satellite's red because it's not getting any signal in the still building. And it's yesterday, and I've kept it in position mode. There again, another video, you can go into more of this, but position mode's sort of a good all-around. The sport, you don't get real nice video. I've tried it there because you're flying too fast. And the cinematic, yeah, it gives you good video, but if you do get caught in the wind like yesterday, it came up all of a sudden, well, you better hurry up and get switched into another mode or you will lose it. And then, like I said, your little return home arrow, and then your height, and your flight, and your distance you are out. When I got the wind warning yesterday, it was up around 200 feet and 300 feet out. And then as far as the controller, you can also hit the return to home right here. And this, of course, is your power on and off button. And again, earlier, but again, we can see better in here. There's your button for the camera mode and video. And I just hit the power switch. That's all right there. And that's a little bit more on that. Alrighty, so then, as far as the Mavic, the good, which is sort of hard to say, but compared to other ones, is the price, but compared to other DJI drones, it is in the lowest price category. Another plus is the size, the 249 grams, which is the big reason they made it. It doesn't require a license, unless, and that's where if you noticed, I do have mine registered. I am a commercial drone pilot, and if you do want to take and still make money, you still need to take and license the drone, which is only $5. And the size is also a plus. If I like going out riding bicycle, it easily fits in the backpack. And it's easy to use. I mean, it's pretty much, if you've never flown a drone before, you certainly should be able to pick it up with the auto hover and the return to home. Now, as far as the downside, sort of the biggest one, and I know it sounds trivial, is the phone. How they don't give you a way that it'll fit with the case and the remote. Again, that was a cheap enough fix, and I will put a link in the description. There's various versions of what I use to hold the phone. And the wind, I mean, it'll fly up to, say, about 12, maybe 15 miles an hour, but anything more, I wouldn't recommend it if you want to keep it there. It does give you warning, because there's times like yesterday, it didn't appear that windy on the ground, but once you get up 200-300 feet, it's a different story. It does give you a warning, so that's good. Back on the downside though, is the no 4K. You only have 1080 or 2.7, which as far as doing commercial flying, a lot of people that want video do want 4K, so that puts you out of that. I find the 1080 to suit my needs for personal use, but there is some jobs I've passed up on because the 2.7 still didn't suit. They wanted 4K. And that's pretty much the ups and the downs of the Mavic. All in all, it's a good choice, unless again, if you're more serious, you're probably going to have to go up at least to the Mavic Air. But on the other hand, it's a great upgrade from just your run-of-the-mill Brand X drones. And like I say, hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to like, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe. Thank you very much.